everyone. We are making sure that everybody gets to be able to join. So I usually do a little intro in about a couple minutes. We do have a code for you today, Bold Look, for 15% off for 24 hours from the show. So just a little thank you for joining me and learning new techniques, learning about your beauty, and being bold and unapologetic. And that's what this whole lesson, the class tonight, is all about, is creating your bold signature look. Very excited about this because we get to play with makeup today. We did a basic face last week, and then we're doing something really bold and unapologetic this week. We're going to do, classes in session, right? We have everyone from North Carolina to Delaware, Canada. This is wonderful. We had a really international group last week. We'll see what we have this week. We have California, Connecticut. We're going coast to coast. Now we need a little bit in the middle. We have Sarasota, Florida. Wonderful. Indianapolis, San Antonio, Virginia, Miami. Got a native Floridian down here. Well, maybe not native. I'm a native Floridian. That's a little fun fact. I have a Floridian, I should say, here also. Texas, Minnesota, New Jersey, Kentucky, Dallas, Michigan. Wow. San Francisco, Mississippi. This is so exciting. We're all from all over, and we're all coming together and learning together. Sue's from Colorado. 69. Happy early birthday. I think, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday. Indiana, North Carolina, Texas, DC. It's really fun. I love seeing where everybody is from because I don't get to do that on YouTube. I'm just looking at a little abyss, and I'm wondering where everybody is from, where everybody's watching. Great, Diana, nice to see you too. Happy coastal North Carolina. This is really exciting. So we are going to talk about, I have a little silk cami on right now. I got a little cold, so I put on my robe. And this is just a little Carolina Herrera tank because I have a beautiful jacket that came. I know it's vintage. It's Alice and Olivia, but the tag is, I have never seen that. So I wanted to Google Lens it because I thought for sure it's going to be vintage. So I'm going to put that on after I do the makeup so you can see the whole look come through. I have new earrings too that I bought that I want to show you that will kind of go with this look. And when we talk about statement, now let me first start because there might be some people that are, I'm going to see if I can go, hold on a second, let me see. Here, hold on. All right, I was just trying to see if I could get on this to answer questions.
You have to hit the icon
work on that later.
on TikTok. So when you go to your page, hit the icon.
Mm-hmm. Hold on one second. I just want to make sure I got this right. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hold on one second. I just want to make sure. You turned me down. I got it. So now I'm going to be able to see comments from everybody. Okay, so we got it. All right, so for everybody that's new, I am Nikol Johnson. I'm a licensed esthetician. I am a professional makeup artist. It's actually been 25 years since I've been an esthetician. I just thought about it because I usually say, it's over 20 years or over 25, but I thought about it today. I'm like, it was 2000 when I became a licensed esthetician. 1996 is when I became a professional makeup artist. So I have been in the industry a very, very long time. It is my love, my passion. I love teaching, and that's what is so exciting. That's why I really started YouTube in 2010. I can believe it. 15 years on YouTube. It's crazy to me. When I think about it, it's just crazy. But I started YouTube because I wanted to teach and I wanted to, really give that confidence through makeup. And that was my outlet. I didn't know if anyone was really watching for a couple of years. And then, we were really excited. I think it was last year. Yes, it was last year, last January, February, I celebrated 1 million subscribers. So it's just really, it's a lot of grit, a lot of hard work, but I love seeing you over on YouTube for the last 15 years. And now we get to do this really fun interactive live, which I just find to be really mind-blowing in a way that we all can be joining from all over and on so many different platforms. And I can answer your questions. I can teach you the things that I have learned and that I think that are really important for mature women, and including mature women in the beauty space. That is my whole objective, because as a model or a former model and being in the beauty industry, I've seen how, just it's not how it should be, and I'm here to disrupt that. And a couple of things. So I was telling you about that I have a little tank top on, and the reason why I didn't put the jacket on yet, because I wanted to show you that I found these. This is probably really great for so many of you that are in warm climates, if you're wearing silk tops, or if you're wearing a top that you don't want to ruin, or you don't want to have to really dry clean. It's called Under Wonder, and they're from Australia, and I found them on Instagram. It's perspiration protectors. So I got the nudes, and these are the blacks. I'm wearing black, so they come out, they're just like little thin pads, if you will, and they clip on, as in they're sticky. They clip on inside your top. So you put them here, because for some reason, all I do is when I film, I just sweat. And I don't want to ruin my silk tops. And I learned this when I'm on set at the studio. Oh my gosh, it's really bad under the hot lights. So I have the nude ones at the studio, and I had these black ones here, and I wanted to show them to you. Now, I did wear them to lunch recently, and I had a silk top on, and we sat outside. So this was in May, so it was just turning to be too hot to sit outside. And when I got up, I was thinking, I don't really feel it in my armpit. I wonder where it went. And so I think it fell down, but it was hanging out in my shirt. And I thought, oh, please just don't fall out through my pant leg. Let's just keep it in, and we'll fix it so that's the only thing. I think that you have to really secure them so they don't fall out of your top and then fall out on the ground. That is something reminds me of when we would put our chicken cutlets into our tops, and then praying that your insert wouldn't fall out of your bra. Has happened. So it gave me a little flashback of please stay into my armpit. So those are really cool. Wanted to tell you because it's hot here in Florida, so I've been utilizing those to save my vintage clothing, or any clothing that I actually have that really needs to be preserved. So with the statement look, it's not just about your lipstick or a look. You can do it with the jacket that I'm going to put on. That's a statement. Or maybe you love statement jewelry and that's your thing, and you love to do costume jewelry. I think that's really beautiful. It really adds to your look. Maybe it's your eyeglasses and they're a certain color, or that's really making a statement for you. It's a personality. It's a conversation starter. So there's all kinds of things that you can do when it comes to your beauty that's not necessarily just makeup. But I really feel that a bold lip is a statement. It's calling attention to yourself. It's demanding that you take up space, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you 4 different bold lips that you can kind of see what the difference is, with a really beautiful, just kind of neutral eye. And I'm going to go through. We have a quick question.
So we done TikTok.
Let me see. Is your robe Nicole Miller? No, it's actually Olivia Von Hale. It's 3 words. She has some really beautiful robes that I always wear these, and I always tag them in my reels and everything, but really beautiful. Thank you for that question. I'm sorry, I can't really read, so I have a little help in my ear. All right, so I'm going to show you a really beautiful look like that. Now, when I talk about accessories, not just with your jewelry or a jacket piece or whatever. I got something else today that came, which is so perfect because I wanted to show you tonight with the statement and being bold and unapologetic. I got this for a photo shoot. So this is a bag. It's a Kate Spade novelty bag. So this has a purpose for it today. Isn't it cute? It's like a little floaty and it has a strap. So I thought it was going to be really fun. I have a complete vision for this photo shoot. So it's going to come in handy, but that's a statement. You can pick out what statement you want to do. Maybe it's shoes. Maybe you have really fabulous taste in heels and they're different and they're fun and they're funky. There's all different types of things that we can do to create a statement as a mature woman, as a woman, and just in general. But I want you not to be limited thinking, oh, it's just makeup. No, the makeup's going to complement your fashion, your style, whatever you're picking out. So today, one other thing. I was in the office yesterday doing a photo shoot. You follow me on Instagram, you saw behind the scenes and everything. But I have a big poster, my book that I wrote, Beauty Reinvented. it was so funny. I saw it up on the wall and I thought, oh my gosh, I've had it on this nightstand or this cocktail table forever. And so I picked it up. I picked it up today and I was looking through because this book is a really easy read, but it says how to embrace gray hair, upgrade your self-confidence, and redefine your beauty. It's available on Amazon, but I haven't really mentioned it in forever. And I thought this is totally part of the bold, fierce, unapologetic mindset. It's a very quick read. It actually has, and you can turn it into a mocktail also, but I have a cocktail in each chapter that are like powerful words like own it. I have one that was really funny. The Silvertini, I had that. And there was another one that I was like, what was I doing when I wrote this book? It's almost, I have prompts too. It's like a workbook too. Oh, there's a book, #don't_care. I think this was a chapter on XOXOing the negative comments. I give you a lot of hints on how to navigate because you know that I'm like a professional with the negative comments. And I give you kind of like a little roadmap for that. So I thought it was fun. Positive mantras from really powerful women in here. It was really fun. It's always been a dream of mine to write a book. So I did.
We may have to shut off the iPad.
Oh, we're hearing feedback. So let's just get out of that. Okay, we won't hear feedback now. So that is just something, if you're kind of struggling and you're feeling, unattractive, which is what happens when you go gray, or maybe you're in an in-between time, maybe you were thinking about going into a different color and not even gray. Maybe you're just feeling funky right now and you really want to pull yourself out. That's the intention of the book. It's really to give you inspiration, give you that. I really say you're either in or you're out. And I hope you're in more than you're out. And it's just really something to just kind of give you the little boost. And with that said, we're going to go through this look. We're going to build the look up together tonight. I'm going to just do very simple. I'm just hydrating my face. I'm using what I used for the last couple weeks, the Hydra Essential, because it's a serum, it's a bi-face, and it's light for summer. This is why I'm using it. Moisturizes and quenches, supercharged bi-face serum, and then it says with double hyaluronic acid. Listen, we love double anything around here. So you want to put double hyaluronic acid in it, I say, let's go, let's do it. So we're going to, I should put my hair back, right? It's going to be annoying. We're going to just put this on. Feels incredible. Thank you, Sarah. I read that whole thing because it didn't move. It didn't move. I really, really appreciate that comment. I really love doing this and being here with you and just being able to connect. It's really wonderful. Really, even though I'm not able to see every single person with their face, I feel the energy. I always feel the energy and just how much I just love this. Let's see if I can find, I found it. I have this is Balmain, believe it or not. I was at my esthetician a couple months ago and Balmain came out with hair clips. I'll tell you what, I use it for the set only. It was quite expensive. I was like, you know what though? I can't wear it. It's fine. Don't worry. Like it is what it is. Maybe a little bit too much going on up here with this little clip. But I can't wear that pink one on set anymore. When I would see it on film, I thought, oh my gosh, what's happening? Like, do something that looks a little bit better. Also, we have things going on today. So this is good. This is good to be able to kind of target those. It's a little bit of I don't know. I feel like it's a blemish, but it's a very strange place to go. Nothing surprises me anymore with aging. Just roll with it. I just got to roll with it. All right, here we go. So I did a little nice moisturizer. You're set up because I don't need more than that. I'm going to use my Fiercely Smooth. You can see the trend, can you, with the line? Fiercely Smooth. We are women that, wait until we get to the lipsticks. Wait until the combo comes and we start really pulling out the lingo for you to say, okay, you know what, I got this. Fiercely Smooth is my face primer. It is, I'm going to mention this again because I think it's really important. It is an airless pump. There is no tube. This is how it comes. Don't worry. So what you want to do is if it's coming to you in shipping like this, of course, when you put it up, it will need a couple little pumps, a little help, not you know, anything over the top, but I'm just going to, hold on, let me get this one off. I'm just going to squeeze it out just like that. You'll see it's really nice with radiance. You're going to get nice. I like to start in the middle of my face. You're going to get a nice burst of that hydration, but also really nice, smooth skin. We're going to use a different medium tonight. We're going to be using the serum foundation. So you're going to be able to see that in my entire face. Sometimes it depends on your skin, what you're using, the weather. If you're going to need the primer, maybe you feel that the serum foundation has more of like a built-in primer for your skin because it's very silky, it's very smooth. You use very, very little of it. It just depends. Experiment and see what works for you. You can see I don't even need the rest of this. And that was a pump. So maybe do a half a pump and you'd be good. You don't want to over dispense, you waste the product, but have too much on the skin and then feel like, where do I go with it? You don't want to wipe it off, but you don't want to have too much on the skin. So it's just a really nice thin layer. Now what we're going to do is first start with the eyes because everything is clean right now. I'm not going to do face first and then eyes because it's almost like it's doing it backwards. I'm going to start with the eyes first, and we need to neutralize out this pigmentation. Any bold statement look that you're creating has to start with really great skin. Neutralize out the eye, neutralize out the skin. Don't try to just use a ton of concealer to cover up. You need help. You need that booster. And that's what color corrector is. And we're going to go through this. So this is going to be really your best friend. If you have pigmentation, redness, blues, grays, veins going through your eye, this is going to be like the coveted product in your makeup bag. I cannot function without my eye primer. I have said this consistently on my YouTube channel since the beginning of time. This is when I was on set. If I did not bring this, which sometimes would happen because I was doing my makeup in the studio, then packing it up, going with my professional kit on location wherever I was, if this wasn't there, it was like a complete internal meltdown because I thought I have to be able to, I have to neutralize this out in order to get what I want. And of course, as a perfectionist, it was like the look for my client I had to be perfect. It just had to be. It was like this weird kind of like itch where I was like, it has to be what I want or I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to work out of my essential makeup kit. This is a very easy travel makeup brush set, 10 brushes. That's all you need. You don't need 400 brushes. I'm telling you. I mean, as a professional makeup artist, my belt, I had a ton, but when you're doing your makeup and to keep it simple for you, really, and to feel in control, you have 10 brushes that you know exactly what they do because I wrote on the brushes the name of the product, like what it is, shadow brush. So you're like, okay, this is a shadow brush. Like it's almost like I don't want you to have to struggle and think too much because it should be fun and easy. It shouldn't be stressful and challenging. So I'm going to just use my concealer brush, news on the concealer brush. We are shipping. So we're any day now, we'll be bringing in the concealer brush that's been redesigned for you, nice and dense. So you can see, like I always show you, this is like pigmentation. You can see where we started. And now a nice thin veil of this from the lash line all the way up to the brow bone, pulling out. You can see like neutral. I mean, how satisfying that you are just taking away all your pigmentation just like this. Go down into that inner corner. That you have to hit that. All of that right there is so important because if you leave it, and you see this, if you leave that, it ruins the whole look. It's like, wait, you missed the most important part to neutralize. No, that is not what we want. We want to brighten that so you can see nice and bright. I didn't go all the way down here yet, so don't worry. We will address that in a minute. But this eye primer is going to really give you that boost. It's going to just, I mean, it's amazing. I just couldn't put on eyeshadow on that. Like what, we're going to get a third color with just putting it up. This is a color already. Then we'll mix it in with a nice neutral, which will be like 2 neutrals. And then it's going to be like this third color. And I don't want that. I just want what's in my eyeshadow palette. I don't want an extra color, a muddy color like that. Going right into that inner corner, bringing it up and bringing it out. Now, I don't use this underneath my eye because I formulated it for the eyelid, not underneath the eye. I've heard the ladies have been doing it underneath too. That's really up to you. If it works for you, it's wonderful. A lot of the ladies say that they just do the eye primer, they don't set it. I personally can't get away with that because I get a little creasing where my eyes crease. So I have to put on either an eyeshadow or the Nikita Banana brightening powder. So there we go. We have beautifully bright eyes. Now, again, it's going to look weird because I haven't done anything else to my face. I'm literally brightening my eye first, and then I'm going to be able to create. I can't create on top of that darkness. It's just not going to work. Also, this compact, this is in your, when you are in your makeup bag, I made my eyeshadows pink. Oh, sorry. I made them white. So when you see your little, this is the only small size compact that I have, it's pink, you'll know it's your eye primer. So you're not digging around like where is it? It's right here, just with this, and it has really beautiful, the rose on here is open. It's an open rose for you. I talk about this a lot because it's really important to me on why and how I created the line, is that this is us, mature women, open to all the experiences, all the different makeup, all the different skincare, different procedures, things that we haven't thought about. And we're open to receiving because we are mature. We have lived, I'm talking with my generation and older, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100, that we've experienced things. We are on this journey and path of growth. And that's why when you see the roses on the brand packaging, it's really not just thrown on there. It's really intentional and it flows through the whole entire line. And that's what I wanted for you. All right, so we did the eyes. And now, two really signature palettes that I like to use when I'm doing my makeup. And it can be day or nights, depending on your application. I have the Bottled Blonde that I've showed you before. This is really beautiful because it's all sheen, talc-free, gluten-free. It goes on very silky. You can build it up, but it's not over the top. It's not where you can't handle the shadows and application, and they really work seamlessly together. But I've showed you that before. I'm going to show it to you a lot because it's one of my favorite palettes. And then I do have brushes that come in here also. Unfortunately, I just have one sole brush. You get two in the compact, and it fits in the well here. I don't know where the other one went, but it's not important for tonight, but at least you know it comes there. This is Strong Brew. This is a matte palette. So you have a really beautiful cream. Then you have this taupe color, and then you have like a chocolate. So I'm going to use the matte palette tonight because I think that would be nice to kind of see on the eye. And we're doing a bold lip. So I wanted to kind of keep the eyes neutral, relaxed, happy, not competing. I'm going to take my flat shadow brush. Again, these brushes are 100% cruelty-free. They're vegan. So they're very ultra soft. Again, another intentional move I made for you because who wants to work with scratchy brushes on sensitive eyes that are maturing? Not me. That's why that cotton I use is beautiful because the Shiseido cotton is very, very soft also. Only soft on our face, ladies. So I'm taking the middle color here in the palette. You see that I'm just tapping in like this? I'm going to tell you that if your style is to go nuts like this and do all of this stuff, you're going to waste your product. You don't need to do that. You see? Just a little tapping. Don't have a lot of fallout with this palette, as you can see. And then what I'm going to do is, I always start in the middle. That's just my style because I want to see how much I have. Again, if you have any eye primer that is just a little creasy, it's no biggie. All you do is just pat on your eye and then you apply your eyeshadow. So I start in the middle and then I like to pull down because I like to see how much product I have when I first apply. I wouldn't start here. What happens if I have too much product? Now I'm like, oh no, I don't want to darken that up there, right? So I'm going from the inner corner and I'm coming out. Again, now be careful how far you go and what you're doing because it doesn't really matter right now because we don't have anything on the face. So I will take my Almay pads and I will just clean up just like that. So I don't have to worry. So if you have shaky hands or you don't have a lot of coordination because you can't really see that well into the mirror, and it's really, you know, hard for you to see, that's why I made these brushes shorter for you. So you're not competing with your mirror, how close you needed to get. It's very well thought out, ladies, because I know. I know because I work with you and I know the complaints and I want to solve the issues. And you shouldn't be frustrated when you're doing your makeup. You should be like, oh my gosh, I love getting myself together. I love getting myself ready. And whether or not you have anywhere to go or not, I tell you what, it makes you feel so good. If you're down in a slump, you know, I've been coming on YouTube because my life's been a little bit of a roller coaster. And I would say to you, oh my gosh, I hate coming on like this, but I'm powering through. I have to make myself feel better. And then I work through it on the, hold on, just move my contact around. I, you know, work through the makeup tutorial with you. And then we went into the closet and I was like, I came alive. You know, I got out of that space of feeling down in the dumps. And also I wasn't, you know, I didn't put anything on. I didn't do my makeup or anything like that. It makes such a big difference. So I'm just going to flip the brush around, go into the lightest color here. And then I'm going to just go on. I'm going to see, I want to bring that down a little bit where I put that shadow. So it's like blended, diffused. It's really soft. You don't have any demarcations. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest tip for you is to blend. You know, just to really blend. Again, I've told you, if you feel like this is too dark, I'm going to show you what you can do. We'll have to add it back, but you can take your lightest shade and you can say, okay, it's a little too dark for me. I'm going to just take the lightest shade and I'm blending it down like a curtain, right? Just taking it down. So you just took down your shadow a notch. It's just softer for you. So it depends, you know, if you started, maybe you're just getting back into makeup and you're feeling a little not so confident with your application technique and you feel like it's too much. See what I did? I just took it down. So you just took it down that notch and not staying the same. Now, if I want to go back and take the middle color and just add it back on, we can do that. So we can just kind of just layer again, just layer right here. I don't want to go too high. And then we will just add it back so we have a little bit more color. Let me see if I can swatch these for you so you can kind of see. This is going to be the first color. This is going to be the second. Very silky. You can see got a really nice, like kind of just like that toasted taupe. And then you have your chocolate. So those are the colors there. This one's I really like that because we can use that as a liner too. So you can mix these two together too if you wanted to have a different color. Lots of options there. Let me just take one of my Almay pads to just quickly take this off and not get it everywhere. So that's really nice with the dark. I really love the strong brew because it's like coffee. You know, we made it. I love strong coffee. Hence, it's a strong brew. Plus, women, they're strong. We always brew a strong cup of coffee for women. I guess that's where I was going with that, with the name. All right, so let's try this brush. I haven't really used this a lot with you. Tapered blending brush. You're gonna see it's like a pencil, just like this. Now, that's going to, precisely put it in. If I'm going to want to make that nice contour right here, you can go in just like this. Now I'm going to show you the brush that I've been working with a lot. This is the short smudge brush. See how it's dense and short? It's different from this because this is more like a pencil point and this is more of a rounded, dense brush. So that's going to pick up more where you want to do like to your lash line, blend with a dark shadow. You can take it in here, but again, it's very dense, so it's going to pick up more product. If you want more precision and more control in the sense of, oh, I want to go up in here, and I want to use the tapered blending brush. So this comes with your Essential Makeup Brush Kit. So I'm going to take the darkest color in the palette. Now remember, this is a matte dark palette, so you've not a lot of pressure. I just rolled it so I have enough here. I can always go back, right? I can always go back. So what I'm going to do is I always want to be lifting up. So I'm not going to take it out. I'm going right here at the base of the lash. Now, what I want to do is I'm just at that last, I'm just lifting up. Okay. I have a little skin here that doesn't, it's not allowing a lot of wing action. So you know what I do? I do a little baby wing and I just lift it a little bit. We're going to go back with the eyeliner, but do you see now? The best part about this is that, again, nothing's on the skin. I'm going to clean that up and it's going to be crisper, right? But I just wanted to just think about like right where your eye, the bottom lash or the bottom lid ends. You go straight up. You just want to keep this up. Don't want to bring it down. Like I wouldn't want to bring my eyes down. We could, if you outline them and bring them down, that's what the eye's gonna see. I want to always lift up. And this is why I always teach you all my little sneaky eyeliner tricks and everything, because we want to just lift up. And again, it's just a little bit of shadow. That's it. It's just gonna be a little bit of shadow there. I'm gonna do the other eye. This eye has a little bit more skin on it because of that surgery I had for the I almost said lipoma, which is what I thought it was, but it was a neurofibroma. Not cute. So I would take the extra skin over the growth any day, and that was my mentality. So when I see more of the skin there, I say, all right, I'll tape you up. I'll tape you up some days, because sometimes I will do that. I will put on a little lid tape, and then I have a different look, and then I'm very happy about it. There's nothing wrong with doing any of that. It makes you feel good. Makes you feel a little, more awake. You do it. This is I just used it. Let's do a new one. Don't know how I got that. We have an Almay pad, not oil based. This isn't oil free. I'm going to just take it up just like this. Do you see? I don't want that getting involved with my color corrector. Here it went down a little bit lower because a little bit more skin. See how I'm getting that to go up? Even though I have a little crease there. All right, not a biggie. So I work with what's going on with the skin, but I do want to keep lifting. Now we're going to, a very important thing to have in your little makeup arsenal is these alcohol prep pads. I get them at CVS. And what I do with these, I think it's very important that you see it's very dirty. You don't want to do that on your eyes all the time. You want to clean it off just like this. Maintain the health of your eyes. You know that I'm very, see, look, it's all of that. You don't want that. I mean, that needs to be cleaned up. I left it so I could show you how dirty they get and that they should be, it could be overlooked, right? This might be something that not everybody thinks about all the time because it's kind of like, no, it's just an eyelash curler, but it touches your eyes. We're going to do this, curl the lashes before we do the eyeliner. The reason why is that if I was doing this with my eyeliner perfect, I'm moving the eyeliner. This is touching my lid. I don't want that. Everything has to be just set. If you haven't used the Shuamura, that's the name of this eyelash curler. It's Shuamura, 2 words, S-H-U, and then U-E-M-U-R-A. This is the best eyelash curler that's going to give you lashes that go up. How many times have you used one of these and thought, oh, they're all the same, and then you're like crimping forever, and it doesn't crimp your lashes, or curl your lashes, I should say, and then you're left with straight lashes. Not good. So we're going to go into our waterproof dark chocolate eyeliner. I have 4 in the collection: dark chocolate, plum, navy, beautiful, and charcoal. I don't have black because I feel like it's very harsh. My alternative is doing dark chocolate. I think it's very soft. I think it's very forgiving. I think it's very appropriate for mature women. Now, again, a caveat, if you love your black liner or liquid liner, that's wonderful, and you keep doing you. But this is basically my philosophy and what I think. I made these where they're rounded, not pointy, and they are not dry and scratchy. They're soft and they slide. I've also showed you that you can use this as a cream eyeliner and then work it in if you wanted a different look. If you wanted more of a navy on your lids or you wanted a plum, that's what you could do. I could have put this on first and then worked it in and then added, just having a different darker color. Again, I always want you to have ways to use things differently. And that's what I teach on YouTube all the time. Here we're doing in-depth more lessons with, a lot more details and structure to it because we know what we're in for here. YouTube videos, I think some people, don't have a lot of patience sometimes, I think. I don't know. But we're going to. Now, this is interesting. So tight lining, this is a form of tight lining. People underneath that lid, I know people dry like myself, aren't doing that or shouldn't be doing that, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm talking about tight lining where you're going into the lashes. I'm not in the wet line at all. I'm in right here in the lashes. You see the lashes moving around? You see that I'm on the actual, like the base where my lashes are. That's where you need to be in order to make your lashes look thicker, to really define your eye, because you don't want to take up a lot of real estate. Okay, so I think a lot of us might have been doing this, or maybe are still doing this, or maybe you're stuck and saying, I think it's hard because if you have really thick eyeliner and you're used to seeing that and it's dark and you take it down, it is like you feel naked. You have to, it's almost like when I put on lashes on the ladies on Fierce Aging, like they don't wear lashes. Some of them have never worn lashes. And it's like, oh my gosh, I think some of them are being nice sometimes, like, ooh, it's so pretty. And they're thinking inside, oh my gosh, this is like crazy. But when you give it 10 minutes or so, you start adjusting to it. Like, and then the real issue happens is when you take them off and then you're like, wait, what happened to my lashes? Did it take off my lashes with it? It damaged my lashes. No, it didn't. But you just got used to seeing long. This happens with people that wear lash extensions. I know this because I used to do lash extensions on my clients for 14 years. And I would take pictures specifically to show them when we took them off that nothing happened to their lashes. They weren't damaged, but they were so used to seeing them at 12 millimeter, 13 millimeter, and their lashes really were a 7, 8 millimeter. That's why. So you have to just go, see what works for you. But at the end of the day, you have to be happy and not following any kind of rules, if you will. So do you see, I'm going to just give that really nice tight definition to the lash line. Then what I'm going to do is, you remember where I put the shadow and it kind of winged up a little bit and it goes up. I'm just following that with my eyeliner. So you're going to get a lot of staying power doing it like this. You're going to get that softness behind the eyeliner. And then you're going to have this really beautiful defined eye. I'm just going to go right in here. I want to taper it down, but I don't like seeing an eyeliner on my skin. Is funny. Different makeup artists when I was modeling would do different things, and some of them would round my eyes out. You would think it wasn't even me. It was so weird. The power of an eyeliner. So if you took this up, you could really make me have round eyes, and it was not good. So I used to get so paranoid about, oh my gosh, is she going to taper it down? Is my eye going to look normal? Is it going to look beautiful and sexy and fabulous? Or is it going to look like $2 silver? Like, that is not the look. So this is what we do. Taking the short smudge brush, and I'm just giving a little bit of that beautiful, just diffused. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I think that it just really looks pretty. You can build up on it again, bring it out a little bit. Want to see what's really neat? So if I go up, I got to get past the railroad tracks, if you will, on this skin that falls down here a little bit. But you can quickly just move it up. So I can quickly manipulate this. Sometimes it goes a little too high, so I'll bring it down. But I can manipulate this eyeliner with a little bit of time if I wing it out like that and I want to pull it up and I don't want to use the Almade pad. So I'll just bring it down a little bit because it follows my finger, but I get that really nice, like, coming up. Same thing. So you can stop there. You don't have to use the eyeliner if you don't want to, but it really gives you, especially for a statement look, we're going for a bold look. It gives you a lot more like depth. I think it looks really pretty and it just gives that extra. So let's bring this in, right down in. It's a very, see now, see how I kind of miss and it's on the skin? That's where this comes in handy, the little eraser brush. Let's just, I don't want to put a Q-tip in there and then have fuzzies. I don't want to do that. This is the way to go. So we'll just see, it just evened itself out just perfectly. We're going to bring this up. This is the eye that has a little bit more, see, it has a little bit more of the, like I said in my last live, these are my love lines that I've named. They're going to probably go through multiple names. We're starting off with love lines, and then they're going to turn into some random other phrase that I name my wrinkles, because I'm just working with loving what I see as I'm aging, trying to be like, okay, you know what? It's fine. Always making sure that are they the same? Never going to be exact. I don't panic about it, believe it or not, because I know that I'll just make myself crazy. So you just want to make sure they're as even as possible. And I got this beautiful dark chocolate on. It's nice and creamy. It's going to be really nice when you try an eyeliner like this. And if you've been struggling with that hard point and dragging it and not getting any color and having to push so hard, when you use these eyeliners, the thing you need to remember is you're so used to so much pressure that you're going to go for it. And then you're going to be like, wait, what happened? This is a mess. Remember, go first. And I only do little strokes and not a lot of pressure, because if you go to town, of course, they're soft. And that is another thing that I need to mention. I made my pencil sharpener for these. They're not going to go pointy again. That is something that you're so used to. You have to realize that it's only a rounded point. If you try to point it out, it's going to break. So it's a rounded tip. And then, if you don't use a lot of pressure, you have to put the cap on them. Remember, they're waterproof. So tight cap, don't let it sit out. Don't forget, and then I had to break it off and then resharpen it and hope that it was okay, because you have to put the cap on them. So here we go. Oh, you know what? Let's just do I like to do a little base, just a 3/4. So funny. I'm trying to do it looking at you, and I really can't see too much detail. So you can see, just putting it right there, because we're going to blend it really quickly on this side. Same thing. I feel like this is important when we're doing, I always do this for day 2. Nighttime, I'll just really smoke it up a little bit more. I take my short smudge brush, and then I'll just make this look like it's just melted into my skin and into this corner. I was doing a photo shoot yesterday for a new product that's coming out, not Fleur. We have Fleur's mid-July. So make sure you sign up on the website. We do have it on the website where it's join the wait list. You'll know right away when it lands. But I was doing a different photo shoot for a different product yesterday also. And I don't know how big the screen is. I don't even want to guess. It is ginormous that when they take photos, it goes up on the screen. And it was in RAW. So the RAW files show everything. And I thought, wow, this is really, wow. Almost, I almost felt like I was going to start doing oh my gosh, going down that rabbit hole. And I thought, let's switch it and think how beautiful, looking at this face that has aged. And meanwhile, I walk down the stairs to all of these photos that I have to go through from all of my modeling days, and posters that were it was funny. I had this one poster in Kmart, if you can remember that, ladies, where these shoes that I was a teenager when I did this photo shoot for that brand. And I just looked at her, and I brought it into my office, and I looked at her, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was thinking, it's just so interesting. This is the same person. Like, what would she say to her, like now? Like, what would I say to myself now when I was 16, or I think I was 15 or 16, you know? She surely wouldn't say, you look terrible, you look awful, oh my gosh, look how you're aging. No, she would be like, wow, like you've experienced so much, you've done so much, and all of those things. So, you know, when you start to look at yourself and it doesn't look like people on TikTok and Instagram and filters, or they filter it, record it, then upload it so there's no filter, and you know that you're like, oh, their face looks so, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. You're looking at fake faces. That's what you're looking at. So when you see a real face, it's shocking. It's like, oh my gosh, so many things to fix. No, there's nothing to fix. It's a mindset. You either, again, are in or you're out. But there is a gray area. And again, I'm not against any of the things. Plastic surgery, Botox, filler, you do you. I'm just letting you know that it is a big phenomenon that no one knows what a real face looks like. So when I look at it on this football field monitor, I have to say to myself, you know what? What's important to you? Focus in on that. Volume Up Mascara is coming up next on my lashes. This is from, I put a little brother's sticker on it. I printed out. April 29th is when I open this. So 3 months later, because I'm not going to remember, is when I throw it away. It's my little cheat sheet. This is the best thing to do because you'll know that, oh my gosh, why is it dry? Why is it clumpy? Why is it not going on? Oh, it's 8 months old. You know, you're going to forget. So for your eye health and for really enjoying your mascara, I suggest to do that. If you have a great memory and you can do it without, amazing. For some reason, I can't. I always say though, I'm like, it's, you know, July 4th. How can you forget that? I will forget it. Now with this, something that I didn't mention like last week, but if you can see, it's shaped like an hourglass. It has like this beautiful shape to it, which to me represented women and femininity. And I just thought it was really beautiful for something you use every day. I made the formulation a really creamy formulation. I was very, very particular with mascaras and the formula, as in the texture of it. Like, is it creamy? Is it dry? You know, whatever. So I wanted it to be really nice and creamy, but yet have that volumizing for you. And I worked with engineers on this wand that has all these little teeth on it. So it will grab all those baby lashes and the mature lashes. And when you're struggling with your lashes, you know, as we're aging, it's just part of it. We really want to get them up. We want to see them. We don't want it to be a secret that we have lashes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. Do you have gel nails? I was waiting for the nail comments. No, I don't. And guess what? It's going to be a trigger for everybody, but I told you this in February. I used to only do my nails myself, and I love doing them. Forget it. It was like an obsession since high school, always a French, but then I ventured out and started doing color, but now I'm back to French. So I was like, you know what, in 2025, I should take a couple things off my agenda to not be so stressed and under pressure. And it took me a while to do my nails. So I was highly recommended to this place. It's a Russian manicure place. Everybody told me, I understand, but I don't even know if that's what, I don't know. But they have never looked better. And no, it's like a hard gel. And I don't even know what colors they are. I have them shaped a little bit different than I've ever had. I don't like square anymore. I like this little oval, and I keep them short. And they literally last a month. But I do them every 3 weeks because it would be too long. But oh, I love them. It's my little indulgence, I have to say. All right, so we're gonna do the lashes here. We're gonna go to the base. That's what I want for you. So we go to the base. Do you see? It's like lifting up my lash. So I like to go slow. Oh my gosh. I just felt it like pulling up this like end piece. That was so weird. All right, so I'm gonna go just like this. And do you see how I kind of squint down? Because I want to get every lash and I don't want to go fast. I know a lot of people do, but I'm telling you, if you really want to do it right and do it once, everybody has their own system, which you have to do, but this is how, let me get that. Some of my long lashes that are at at their last stage of life will come off on my wand. So you can see that I'm getting, that's why I go to the base. It's like front loading right here, wiggle back and then pull through. Do you see all of that darkness, the base? So it's even more liner for me without liner. See that? Now, if you wanted more lashes here, you would go, I was like, wait, you would go more on the ends if you want to. Take the wand, go straight up. If you're like, oh, I want these to be like more separated, you can do that. It's just, if you want that, like we used to call it like a starburst when I was doing lashes. Like you want those longer ones here, like where you arch on your eyebrow. So it's wonderful. You grab all the lashes, you pull it up, they pull through, and then you have lashes up all day. It's great for sensitive eyes. I have contacts in now. Sensitive eyes, contact wearers. I wanted to say, what was the other thing I was going to say too? So much goes through my mind while we're doing this, but I want to make sure I get all the details for you. I'll answer questions on this mascara. Oh, water resistant was what I wanted to tell you. I'll answer some questions about this. You can also see this mascara on my ladies on Fierce Aging on my YouTube channel. It's that series where I feature women 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And I always have to mention, because I find it to be such an honor, that I had a woman that was 101 on my channel. So beautiful, such a firecracker. I loved, loved, loved. As an artist, it's a very honoring, I shouldn't say it like that, honoring. It's a big honor to be with a woman that's over 100, doing, touching her face. And, I have to tell you, it wasn't about the makeup. Okay, that's not why I wanted her on the channel. I wanted her on the channel because a woman that's over 100 is worth it. She's worth spending time doing her makeup, making her feel good, making her feel seen and heard. And I don't see a lot of YouTube channels doing that. Not to say I'm the only channel. I'm just saying that was back in, I think, 2019. No, 2000. Yeah, I think it was January, February 2020. And it was just the time with her. It was just bringing that forward, bringing that to social and saying, valuable. Age is just a number. Woman is valuable, and we're going to do a beautiful look on her, but we want to learn from her. We want to hear from her. She was just amazing. So that really was my intention with her, and I just felt really like I was just such in awe. She still swam. She lived by herself. Like, very encouraging to me. So we have beautiful lashes up. Now my makeup's coming together. Real quickly, let's do, I was going to take mascara questions. Okay. Just mascara right now, so I can just see. I'm close up. I can see everything. I just want to, when it starts getting crazy. Let's see if I missed any here. I think tubing mascara is really going to be something, it's a personal choice. I don't particularly like it. So it's not a medium that I would like to use. I have, but I didn't like the results, basically. All right, let's see here. Why don't you line the inside of your upper lid? I do sometimes, but I don't feel that I really want to do that for this look. When I have women on my channel, you'll see them too. I tell you why I do it. So if I see, it's in my sneaky eyeliner trick. If I see this color when I'm done lining and everything, when I'm looking at my client or my guest on my show like that, I will color that. I do not want to see that. I want that all to be one. So I want the lashes and that, if I'm seeing it, to be one. I don't want it to be like, here's the liner and then here's the under part of the lid. It just depends on how everybody's eyes are, if I can see that or not. If I do, then I will color it. That's why I didn't do it on mine. You know, I don't really apply mascara to my bottom lashes. I mean, we can try, but I really don't have a lot of lashes, you know, unfortunately. Let's just see. Maybe I can bring some out. But you know what? The good thing that you know what a good tip would be for you right now? Don't do it until you're finished with your makeup, because if I, you know, do any mistakes, or if I get this underneath, or if I move it, I have a little bit. I mean, I just don't. I feel like that's why I line underneath my eyes, because I get that. I mean, it does add a little extra. Now, you're probably going to make me, since my mascara will bring out every single lash, I'm going to have to look, you woke the beast by telling me to do that. You didn't tell me. You just asked me why not, and then I went for it. But that's all right. We have mascara on the bottoms. Uh-huh. And you know, it has to be perfect. So I'd have to like comb through and like do a little, see that? Do you see how it's like kind of, I have to keep track of time, because you know, we could be here. It's like a slumber party. This could be like a lockout. You, me, beauty. Next thing you know, we're going into the closet. Then it's a marathon. And what happens if I did a marathon with you? That would be so much fun. You would wake up and I would still be talking. You'd be like, oh my gosh, we're still going? I'd be like, yes, told you, can't do this. All right. Now we're good with the eyes. I was keeping them a little kind of chill because I'm going to be doing some bold lips with you. I'm going to do my brows, just a little fill in here and there. I have 4 brow pencils for you. I use Brownie. We have a soft gray for you ladies that are kind of in between, have gray hair. You're not sure. Brown's not really doing it. Black can't do it. So we have a soft gray. Soft gray, if you apply it with a light touch, it's soft gray. If you apply it harder, it's going to be a different color. If you darker, more opaque, which is great. You want to be able to have that range. You don't want to have a dark pencil only and you can't make it light. This will give you that option. And then this one here, I think is taupe. Sometimes I'll use taupe, but I'll use Brownie. We have a little spoolie on the other end, and this is very, very fine. This little, you can see, very fine, because I wanted you to be able to make hair strokes. You know, you don't want, if you don't have brows to start with, you don't want a big brow pencil that's basically, you know, not being able to be controlled. So what I'll do is I'm just going to lightly give a little base there. It seems to be, you know, it's funny. This just started happening again. This is how it always was. This one was straight. This one's round. I don't know. And I can't make it. It's always been that way. So it started to do the vintage style brows for Nikol recently. I got to cut that down, but you got to be very careful, because you don't want it to be blunt. That's the worst. Sometimes it will play nice and go into the brow and not stick up like that. But this one's rounded. So it's just something, I haven't really seen it in a long time, that unruly behavior, but we're back. Why not? All right. Here we go. Just a little touch up here. And then we're going to go into my favorite, which you know is Complexion, make it all come together. And then we're going to get really quite bold and statement. Now, thinking about you and what your face needs and what your signature style is, you know, you could have a signature look for just evening. I think that people have said that they know me because of a red lip or a bold lip, and it's so funny because I never used to wear a dark color for a very long time. Probably I started maybe in my, I think maybe mid to late 30s, maybe, because, you know, my lips are a little bit larger, and when I put on a bold color, they really stand out. And I used to get a lot of feedback from that, and it made me feel very insecure. And then I finally started to experiment, and I got more comfortable, and I figured out what works. I'm going to teach you on some little tricks on what to do if you want to wear a red or a fuchsia or a coral, but you don't want it to be so punchy. There is options for you. You can do it. It just depends on your technique and how you're going to apply your lipstick, which I think is really fun, to be able to allow yourself to have those strong colors, but also know how to pull them back. So I'm going to, just to start prepping my skin, I'm going to put on my Rose Lip Balm. This is the one that I was about to retire, but I thought, you know what? We have some time. I was like, don't be crazy. So now we have beautiful hydrated lips that will look great once we get to the lip liner or the lipstick. So Rose Lip Balm is really a nice prep to do, because if you're going to be putting on anything on your lips, you don't want them chapped. You don't want them to look flaky. And when you do a darker color, a bold signature color, you want them to look the best they can. It is not okay to have chapped lips and wearing a dark, bold color. So we're going to color correct real quickly. We're going to use our Just Peachy. This is something that you could use as a color corrector and also a concealer if it's enough for you. Sometimes it's enough for me. I don't need to use more. This is like a crayon. It goes up at the bottom, has shea butter in it. That's why you want your skin to be really nicely hydrated. You don't want anything going on dry skin. So I'm going up into this corner here. So remember when I said, okay, bring the eye primer down to here. Don't worry about this, because I'm going to tag it from underneath with a color corrector. So we are going to make sure that we get this really nice and bright. I'm going to come down just like this. I'm not so close, especially since I put the mascara on. I don't want to get too close. We will move that concealer, this color corrector, up a little bit closer to the eye. So don't worry, it will nicely move. And I'm going to bring it out a little bit here. So that's what I'm doing. I see a little bit of flushness on my skin, or flushing, and that's because I'm probably in front of this bright light and doing a live. So I'm going to go in that inner corner, bring it down just like this, and here. Now, since I'm red, this Just Peachy is really for blues, grays, darkness, as you can see where I was really targeting. If I'm going to be doing the redness, you have rosacea, you have those broken capillaries, you have redness around your nose. I can take that off a second. Go in with the no redness. This is a green color corrector that will cancel out red. And the way I like to apply it is, I just like to do some stripes like this. I don't need a ton. You don't need a ton. I like to have this for sure around my nose area when there's like a lot of seasonal allergies. You wake up and you're like, well, I have, red right here. It's really nice to be able to just cancel that out right away. And then I'll go down like this, almost like a little mosaic. I don't think I need any. There's that from waxing my lip the other day. There's this. This is so, let me see. Oh, you can't really tell. It was raised off my head. Very interesting. All right, so now what we do is we're just going to take our concealer brush and we're going to work it in, go right into that inner corner there and come down. So again, I kept the eyes pretty neutral because I wanted the lip to really stand out and be that signature look. So that's really what I feel. And that's another thing. I didn't wear a really bold color all the time because I had dark hair, I had brown hair, then I had darker hair. I put on Instagram the other day, I found a picture when I chopped it all off like Sharon Stone. It was like on my comp card, it said Auburn. I was like, wait, when was I Auburn? Like, I kind of remember. I think it was a bad memory, so I actually erased it. But I thought, oh my gosh, I had Auburn hair. What color haven't I had? Blonde. It's the only color I haven't had so far, which I always wanted, but I couldn't do it. They told me my hair would fall out if I tried to go blonde. But next best thing is silver white, Granberry black in the back. So anyway, with my hair now being gray, silver white, whatever you want to call it, I have to add color to my face. If I don't, it is like, it's not good. So that is really why it's almost like an accessory for me, because it's like, is it the belt? Let me add something. Oh, do I need a scarf? It's kind of that for me a lot of the time. And that's why I reach for the Confidence or I reach for the Beach House. So those are the ones I'm going to show you tonight. We're going to start with Actually I Can, because it's a pink and I know not everybody wants to do a darker color. We're going to go from there into Beach House, which is a coral. From there, we'll go into Fleur, our new color, so you can see that again. And then we'll go into Confidence as our last one. Now, I named it Confidence because it takes a lot of confidence to wear a bold color like a red. And, you know, it's really up to you, but there is a way to be able to get around applying it from the bullet. We're going to do a couple different techniques that I think you're going to enjoy. So you can see, no more redness. We brightened up that little area here. We're going to add just a tad of brightness at the end too, so you can see. And then we'll get rid of that, whatever this is here. But at least you know you have strange things popping up that are red. You have random discoloration. You have your tools. You're ready to go. I usually take it over here because my glasses will give me this like nice little indentation on my nose. So I just take it over like that. So here you go. We're really getting there. We're getting there and we are enjoying, like you're getting excited every step of the way because now you don't have color. You don't have discoloration. We're going to do our serum foundation now. I wasn't sure if wasn't sure if I should go into the fair or the light. I think I might want to warm up my skin a little bit. So I'm going to do the light serum foundation. This is the fair. This has more of a pinkier tone. You're going to see this has more of a yellow, so it's more warm. Sometimes I mix the two together. I'll do 2 drops and then I'll do 1 drop of the fair. We can see here. I'll show you. You have to shake the serum foundation first with these. Definitely have to shake them before. I'm going to show you first. Let's go with the fair so you can kind of see what that looks like. And then I'll take it off. That's fair. Do you see how it's a serum? You see how light it is? It's just really, really beautiful. Let's hold there and let's put on a little bit of the light so you can see that, the difference between the two. So if you are cool, you go with fair. And then if you go with light, there you go with light. So you can see the two difference. You have that pinky undertone with the fair, and then you're going to have with the light, you're going to have more of that neutral, warm base here. So those are the two. I actually have the light medium, but I didn't pull that out actually right now. Let me see. I might be able to pull that in a moment. Let's put this on first. I'm gonna just do the light. It's gonna be probably a little warm for me, but you know what? That'll be okay. We're going to take, I think I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just see where we are with 4 drops here. Do you see how it applies? So this is going to be more of that. So you know what? Let's try the lighter color on the other cheek so you can kind of see the difference there. I think that I'm going to be more here. But you can see it really, it's just, I'm going to just take it right over. I can use my foundation buffing brush too if I want to. But it just gives this really just beautiful, hydrated, not masking your skin at all. It's very light. It just goes in really nicely. Maybe you'll be able to see with it darker where it's going. But it's real. Now you want to start with less and then build up. So I could get away with this if I wanted to have more of that warmer color. This is more fair, but it's more matching my skin. So if I wanted to warm it up a little bit, I would go in with this here. So you know what I'll do now? This is the fair and this is a light. I'm going to just mix them together like that. Because so I made my own color basically like that. I do that a lot with so many different brands, my brands. I mean, I like to mix. I like to kind of see that. Oh, I just put it on my brow. Well, that's what it will look like if I had lighter brows. We'll go right here. Now, we want to make sure when you have gray hair, if you're doing your fingers, I kind of find it to be easier to just take my foundation buffing brush and buff it into my skin. I feel like I get a better application because I don't know. I feel like it's streaky when you do things like that. I don't love sponges either for multiple different reasons. I think that I think it takes a lot of product away, number one. Number two, I don't feel that you can sanitize sponges. I know that you're just using it for you, use antibacterial. I don't know, the whole spongy thing creeps me out. So I don't like sponges. I like that I can wash the brushes. I know there's disposable brushes. I find that they're not great. I feel like I don't think they give you a really beautiful application. You know, as a mature woman, we're dealing with a lot of things. We're dealing with things where we don't want sponges adding to texture on our skin or, you know, needless things that don't need to happen. So that's why I like to I have more control too. And I don't risk throwing it all into my hair. Once it goes into my hair, it is not coming out. It's a whole process. It's really ridiculous. I do not want foundation in my hairline. That's why when I created the brush, it had to go around this little area. Everybody has a different size, but for the most part, I feel like mine is not, plus it's white. I feel like it is the perfect, you know, so you're able to maneuver around your face and not feel like, oh, I have this big fluffy brush and now half my hair is all, you know, foundation color, whatever. So here we go. You can see a little bit cooler, a little bit lighter, and then this is going to be a little bit more warm. But I actually, you know, had the concentration of it when I first put it on, and then I mix them together. So we're okay. We don't have to be perfect on the educational class today. I'm going to take this off of my hand before I forget. All right, now we are going to set up the lips. We'll do the cheeks after because, you know, it's a bold lip. So this is another really great tip for you. Don't do the cheeks yet. See what the bold lip looks like. And then we don't need one brow a different color. So we're going to just add, we don't want to add too much. We want to be able to add what we want. And let's start off with Rosé All Day waterproof lip liner. I'm going to do the rosé. It's a nice, beautiful pink. And we're going to do Actually I Can. This is what Actually I Can is. This could be a bold color for some of you. This might be just enough. This might be really stretching it. Maybe you're used to nude. Maybe you're used to nothing. But this is Actually I Can. I use it so much on my ladies in their 70s on Fierce Aging. I don't know why, because it's perfect for them. And then I'm like, well, I just used it, but I'm like, it's going to be a great color for her. So I'm going to use it. And it seems to be 70s. So I love it. So the whole reason why I named it Actually I Can is, are we tired of hearing at whatever age we are, 50, 65, 72, 78, 82, aren't we tired of hearing, oh, well, you can't do that because of your age, or you missed your time, or, you know, you're not relevant anymore. You fill in the blank. Then you say, Actually, I can. Oh, you can't do that because, you know, X, Y, and Z. Well, actually, I can. Actually, mature women can do whatever they want to. They can go back to school. They can go back to, you know, any hobby they had 20, 30 years ago and pick it up. We have a lot of stories like that over on Fierce Aging, which is fantastic. Anything you want to do, actually, I can. So it's such a great mantra, especially for women that are told they can't do certain things. Guess what? Actually, I can, and I will. So Rosé All Day goes on. Now you're going to see how smooth and it applies because I have the rose lip balm on. Now I'm seeing that I have, you know, special little lines of my lips coming through. I'm going to show you if you have fine lines that are an issue and you find that your bold color is going to migrate and not stay where it should stay. This is called Crystal Clear. It's a waterproof, invisible lip liner. So what you're going to do is, I'll need this. I'll have to keep applying it because I'm going to be taking off my lipstick. But you apply it like your lip liner. I like to go a little bit higher. Remember, it's invisible, so you're not going to mess up. I like to go a little higher where I see the line coming up, right? So this is where it is over here. Some days I'll just do this. And guess what? I'm protected. It's on. It's everywhere. It's invisible. So you can't mess up, but it's a great way. Again, I talked to you about if you have really deep lines, you can just kind of fill it in, give yourself a little border if you find that things like to settle into little areas. So I'm going to finish with the rosé all day. And then you'll see what that looks like. Again, you can use this as a lipstick also. That is completely fine. So if you find that you love the color and you want to fill in the whole lip, do that. But I want you to see what actually I can looks like. Now, if you want to give yourself, if you don't want to peek out your Cupid's bow, you can do a little, do you see what I'm doing? I'm just connecting them. It's a little trick. And you can also, it's actually what was on like a TikTok thing where you put your lips closed and do the same thing, and then you have your lip kind of just a little bit poutier. So there you got your rosé all day. You can see it kind of mixed in with my rose lip balm, which is transparent. It's not a color. And then we'll do our Actually I Can over. Now these are very creamy, high shine, but they're not too much. But I didn't want matte for you. I wanted this to be really, creamy and pretty. They're not long lasting. I don't like the ingredients with long lasting. They dry out your lips. I think they look like after a while, not good. So there you have it. Now, if you find that you have, oh, I feel like I lined it and it's a little dark for this, lipstick, that's not a problem. Go back in and bring it down and fill it in a little bit because we are going for a bold lip. I think it's really pretty. It's just enough for the ladies. You can take also a Q-tip and just like soften up if you feel like you went, a little bit more with the liner and you're not wanting that like 90s vibe of like a dark liner and a lighter lip. It's really not. It matches beautifully. So that's your first lip. If you're feeling like, you know what? Actually, I can defy all the odds and become a marathon runner in my 60s, my 70s. Listen, sky's the limit, ladies. Do not limit yourself. All right, so I'm going to take a little pad. My lips are going to be hanging in there with us. We're going to now go into, you know what I should do? I should do floor. I'm going to take you a step up now. So we just did, Actually I Can. We're going to go up to floor. The new lipstick that's not out yet, coming out any day now. Now, you know what I like to do? Still a little serum foundation on it. I like to do that. We're starting over, getting a nice lip again. Now I'm going to take my Unapologetic because I feel like I'm like class because we are unapologetic as a mature woman. I think that, it's time. I think that it's time. I think that the movement has been around, but I think it's time to be unapologetic, to wear the makeup you want, wear the style you want, do what you want, not be told what you can and can't do. And I think that's the message, So when you're putting on your lip liner, that's telling you to be unapologetic, or maybe that's your goal. These are just little mantras for you. So this is a beautiful lip liner because it's going to go with, this is Cameo. Of course, this is in my little thing. This is my Unapologetic. This is my Cameo. Similar, but very Unapologetic is very much of my confidence lip liner and my floor. So I was trying to sneaky, because it's my default. I love my Cameo. I wear it all the time. My lips were just calling for it. Crazy. Let's go with our Unapologetic. All right, you're going to see. Much different. So we are going to do a little Unapologetic before we do the floor. It matches beautifully. I like to have a really light touch with this because you're going to see how it comes out. Don't hide your Cupid's bow. I know it's very triggering for a lot of people. I did that video. And you know, it's funny, I had clients that would come in and sit in my chair in my studio and ask for it. Like we had a little name for it and everything. They're like, make my lip poutier. I want it pillowy. Now, you can cheat on the side sometimes. If your lips are going out further like this, you can cheat down so you're not outlining the whole thing. Does that make sense? Because you want to cheat. Maybe you want your mouth to be a little bit smaller like this. I don't need to go as wide. I can cheat a little bit like that. So I'm kind of leaving that out a little. I'm going to soften this because I don't want it to be, it is very beautiful, strong color. Bring it up just a little bit. Just really nicely. So you can see where we're going here. I'm taking you on a lipstick ride. And we're going to the top, but now we're at the next notch. So we're going with Fleur right here in the packaging and everything. This is always such a good sign, ladies, when I get this. We are going with the Fleur, beautiful fuchsia. I've been showing you multiple different pictures of me daytime, evening, wearing this. I have a couple videos on YouTube showing you this lip. Very pretty. Remember, it's going to be a little punchy. So this is the whole idea. It's a bold, strong statement look. You can stretch yourself. You can do it. I'm telling you, if you're not comfortable, put it on while you're doing your laundry. Put it on while you're vacuuming in your house and feel the vibe. See if you feel comfortable leaving the house like that if you've never worn a bold lip. But it is your time to take up space, and it's your time to do different things. If not now, when are you going to do it? When are you going to do the bold lip? Whatever that means for you, you know? When are you going to do it? I mean, that's the question that you should be asking yourself. All right, ready? Oh, so beautiful. You're going to get, all right, I'm not going to talk to you because it's going to go everywhere. Hold on. Now, we got to make sure we're doing it. So you don't want see why I didn't do the cheeks yet? I mean, we want to balance. We don't want like a lot, you know, we want to just enough. But this is Fleur. It's if you want that pink and you want it a bit softer, but you do want a color, actually I can would be really beautiful for you. You want to step into your Fleur power, your flower power. You can go in with the Fleur, which is new. I would always be grabbing this when I was wearing navies. I didn't want a red. If it just depended on if I was wearing a white suit. You know, this is really a beautiful look because it's a different vibe than if you're wearing a red. It's just really, you know, and it really settles in with you. The more you wear it, and I'm so excited that I've brought this back because I was always reaching for that because I was in between like the coral and the red, and it's like, oh, I just wanted something that was just of a statement, but not those colors. So this gives you a little bit of variety. I'm going to show you what it looks like if you did a combo. This is Manifest and Glow. This is a beautiful topper to any lipstick. It kind of gives it just a little, you know, softness in a way. Just a little bit that golden hue. You could also blot your lips and do it like this, and you're like, wow, it's maybe a little bit punchy today. Just take it down. And then you kind of can do a stain if you want to. That's one of the videos that I did. I show you multiple ways to do it. I'm going to show you with my next one, Coral. I'm going to show you the color of it. So you have like a really beautiful burnt coral. You see that? It's really pretty. If you like that warm coral kind of sunset color. Now, If you wanted that, but you're like, I don't want it to be too much. I really like that color. Let's start off with doing a lip gloss first, and then we will, and you can do this with any lipstick. It's really to cut the color so you don't have such a, strong color. We'll take this down. And by the way, you do get, I've noticed, some really nice staining with the floor. So you could do that, take it down, put on a little gloss. 4 lipsticks should not make my lips too crazy. All right, we're ready to go again. Now, we're going to go in with the coral. I'm going to be using the Beach House. I'm going to be using the coral lip liner. This is going to be something where you want to go really, you just want that outline. I like neutralized out my lips and I'm like, where's the lip line? I do have a little floor mixed in there with this, but I'm going to do it like this. Then what I'm going to do is take the Manifest and Glow, put that on first. Another tip that you can do when you're doing a dark color like this is that when you put on the lipstick and you feel like, oh no, you can go back and define with your lip liner. So if you feel like, oh gosh, it's a little off or I need to bring that out a little bit, you can go back and you can define and kind of really perfect the lip. I put the lip gloss on first, Manifest and Glow. I'm going to take now the lipstick and I'm going to go over because you're going to get a softer look to your lips. If any of you have seen this lipstick on me, you can see it on Instagram all over. You can see it on Alicia on Fierce Aging, beautiful. But you're gonna see how we just went from the bullet to the lip. It's really beautiful, but it's gonna be that really strong, beautiful coral color, if that's what you're looking for, that statement, that bold statement of a makeup look. If you want to you want that color, but you want to kind of just pull it back a little bit, do the lip gloss first. That's going to really cut it. It's going to just deposit just enough color for you so you feel like I have more control. You're not just going from the bullet and saying, okay, I guess this is it. And then you try to put on a lip gloss over and you're like, oh, I still feel like it's too much. Do it the reverse and it's going to just give you that glossiness still, but not give you that much color. It will give you color, but not like you're taking out the bullet. This is Beach House that I'm wearing now. But it's nice. It's more of it's a lighter version of it because of how I did the application, because this comes out pretty nice and bold. All right, now we're going to we're almost at the finale with the red lip, which is really, if my lips hold. I'm taking it on and off, on and off. All right. My poor lips. We're okay. Let's just do tab. And we're going back to Unapologetic. And we're going to take it home, ladies. We're really going to take it home. We're going to line the lips. This is black tie. This is black power suit with your red lip. This is a little sheath dress. This is anything that you feel in your wardrobe is making a statement and you need that lip to carry it through and you want a really beautiful berry color. Confidence is going to be your beautiful color. Now, I'm wanting to make sure that this is coming off with this light in front of it. Just gorgeous. Let me swatch it for you. And then I'll swatch all 4 of the ones that I did for you so you can see them. It's really pretty. It's not too bright. It's not too deep. It's not too dark. I'm getting enough. I wear this. If you want to see it in multiple different outfits, you can check it out on multiple places. I mean, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram. I'm always loving a red lip. And I actually have my audience members saying when I don't wear a red lip, when I've done like a nude, I was doing like a nude 90s look, they're like, oh, where's the red lip? I'm thinking I could have done it with this red lip also. All right, here goes Unapologetic. Let's quickly put this on the lips. You see I start in the middle here. Again, I have uneven lip at the bottom, so if I start in the middle, this is going to anchor my lip. Remember, just a little pressure, and I'm like kind of just working it back, not putting a lot of pressure. All right, I'm happy with the lining. We're gonna go directly from the bullet because we mean business tonight. That little vintage jacket's gonna be put on in a second. Let me put on this real quick. It's so creamy. Like when you put it on, it's like, ah. Now, I had it, but I think I put it in the other. You can take in your kit comes a lip brush, so you can have this precision. We're doing the best after 3 applications of lipstick. Now, I like to make sure that everything is, when you have a red lip, you got to be careful. So that's why, you know what I'm going to get? Hold on. I got to get the lip brush for you. Hold on. Oh, here it is. All right. This is the brush. So it comes in your essential makeup brush kit. So it actually comes individually too. You have a wider one here if you want to use it for concealer or your lip. This pulls out and you have your precision. So this is very helpful, like in this corner here. Like I gotta make sure that we are A-okay. I'm gonna show you another way to do this. You really shouldn't be doing this. Yeah. Shouldn't be doing this quickly. But this is a real help. You know what else you can do? Take this side. We can take a little concealer that we had here. I have a light concealer. I didn't feel like I really needed it tonight. I'm going to show you. What I'll do is I'm going to show you. I'm going to just take a little concealer on my brush here, and I'm going to clean up just a tad. Like I have a little, I don't know what was there. So you can clean up all these little areas. That's a little blemish. So you're really getting it to be nice and precise. Go back over here. The pressure of a red lip applying quickly, like the pressure of a name. What movie is that from? Does anyone know? I wonder if anyone knows. I know you know it is. The pressure of a name. Yep, pretty woman. Claudia, you're right. All right, we got it on the lip. And you know what? I love doing a little Manifest and Glow. Right in the middle, little that golden hue. So pretty. Now, see, look how excited I get with the red lip. So exciting. Now, let's just do a little Classic Beach Glow quickly because see, this is the problem. Classic Beach Glow. We have a highlighter, blush, and bronzer all in one compact. I'm going to take my flat foundation brush into my blush. Now, just a little bit. Let's take it up. Let's just take it up. You can apply this with your hands if you want to. I'm just going to give myself, you can see I have that beautiful radiance from the serum foundation. I'm just doing a little bit. I don't want to go over. We have a really beautiful lip going on here. Just makes everything, right? Just bringing it up just a little bit. Bronzer, I'll do the tips like that. I don't want a lot of bronzer, but I go right to my bone right here, the base of my cheekbone. I'll put it there. You can see, and then I just go like this. I saw one of the videos. I was like, Nicole, why are you like so aggressive with your face? But I was blending it like I really meant it. Like, blend it into the blush, ladies, like just like this. It's just enough. And then we're going to do a little highlighter, of course, right here, specially formulated for my love lines because it moves with your skin. It's not glittery. It's not sparkly. It's going to look just gorgeous dynamite. You have everything in one palette there. All right, so we have the hair. It's a little wild. It got cut, so it's short. That's fine. Not a biggie. But do you see with this color, even though I have black eyebrows that are just, that's what they do, you know, bringing out a color, whether it's pink, whether it's this beautiful red, whether it's coral, find what works for you. I'm going to, hold on a second. I have this, let me take out my earpiece for 1 second. I'm going to put on earrings and I'm going to put on, let's see if my pads are still underneath yep, they're here. You missed it and you joined late. I have these great pads underneath to protect your silk garments and not sweat through them during the summer. Okay, ready? Look how beautiful. These are black. And then I know this label is vintage. This is, maybe it's not. I don't know. I've never seen her label look like that. So this is Alice and Olivia. We're gonna put it on. I've never seen this jacket before. I bought it on consignment, as you know. So this is, now I have jeans on right now, but black silk pants. Wear this over a really beautiful, just little sheath dress. You have this beautiful lip. Okay, so ready for okay, we have 20 minutes left. It's okay. Let's put on the earrings. Now, I took these to set, so I have them here in my got this at Nordstrom. They might have it on the Nordstrom sale this year. This is my little N. I travel with this everywhere. I love it. It's a little jewelry case. I showed it to you when I bought it, I think 2 years ago or last year. It was so inexpensive. I don't even know how much it was, but should we go with my St. John vintage earrings? Let's try it on this one side. Oh, do we love? You know, I broke my first pair and luckily I was able to source another pair. Can you believe it? So this would look actually very pretty. I'm very much into sequined anything really. If you feel like it looks dated and old, you know that's my vibe. So here we are. These are really beautiful. These are Swarovski. I said it right. If I didn't say it right, it's fine. We're okay. They're clip-ons, and I got them on Amazon. It's like I think they called it, not a cuff. Maybe they did. It makes it look like you're wearing 3 earrings in one. Let me make sure they're on. Are they on right? Yeah, just like that. I think that's really beautiful. I think they're really neat. Do we like that or like this? I kind of feel like we have to do more like, I feel like we need a drop, right? They're both clip-ons, so I don't know. But I have these. Maybe we'll just do this Oscar de la Renta. First pair. Bright one. Ladies. All right, we're just going to go with the St. John, okay? We're just going to make the commitment. And then what we're going to do is, this is you when you're getting ready. We spritz some beautiful perfume. I wish I had that right now, but probably shouldn't put on the jacket. Okay, then you're going to look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh gosh, I just want a little pop of brightness, like right in my eye area. It's evening. It's going to be dark. I did a lot of makeup on my eye. It's nice. I did mascara on the bottom. We almost forgot the Nikita Banana soft set technique. Use the eyeshadow, blending eyeshadow brush. This is sold separately also if you want to purchase that. Go into the Nikita Banana like this. Okay. Then we're going to set just where we put, I only put the Just Peachy color corrector underneath. I didn't do concealer. So I want to set that, but I don't want to have a ton of powder on my face. I'm just setting so I don't crease right there, as I normally would, because I'm going to share a little secret with you. My skin moves and I have creases. So I have to set a little bit. That's what you have to do. If you don't set underneath your eye, you know what's going to happen. So, but you don't want a lot of cakiness. You don't want a lot of powder. You don't want a ton of stuff. You have to work with your skin and what works for you. Now, I do have some nice brightness in there from that Just Peachy, but if I was going to take it a step further, I could take my eye brightener. It's like the little silver bullet. It's a pen, so you have the little wand, click up from the bottom. Remember, when you first get it, don't get antsy and start getting crazy because it's all going to come out, and then you're going to be sad because you're going to waste the product. I literally click it up like twice. I'm always like very cautious because I don't want to overdo it. I think I just clicked it like 4 times, and see, it still like slowly will come out. So I just want enough. Perfect. Just enough. I'm going to take a little spot there. I'm going to take a little spot there. Even though this is actually highlighted, I can do other, if I feel like, oh, that's like a little, you don't need that there. I need a little highlight. You can do what, like your little touch up at the end. And then I will take my eyeshadow blending brush here because I want to really diffuse this. I don't want to, you can use the concealer brush too if you want to, but you see, getting you that really beautiful, and I'm not bringing it all over. Remember, just right here. It's called eye brightener. Really want to brighten up that eye area. I feel like I have a lot of control with this because I don't want it to be dense where I'm packing it in, depending on what your technique is and when you're applying it. But right now, I want to just give it. Now, it is a pink color corrector. So it's an eye brightener. Pink's going to brighten. It's going to lighten. So it's still technically part of the color corrector family because it's a pink hue. It's not a concealer. It's to brighten. So wherever you want to brighten, I can bring this down a little bit so it doesn't look like I went a little high with that blush. I was getting so excited. I don't know, the red lip just took over, ladies. And I was like, where's the jacket? Where's everything? Oh my gosh, don't get crazy. So if you do feel like you need to powder that in the middle, you can, like just what we just did. But then you have just a really bold, beautiful statement look that you can play with. You can take this, you can blot this down and say, you know what? I want the color, but not this strong. Or, you know what? I think I'm going to start with the pink, like a light pink. Then I could really kind of get used to that, or that's kind of my thing. I want you to feel confident with whatever you're doing, and it should be your style and what you decide to do. It shouldn't be because you feel like this is what you're supposed to do, or you see everybody doing certain things. Speaking of that, I bought a dress recently. I saw on a million people, and I thought, oh, this would be nice. And I bought it. It looked terrible. I said to my husband, I said, what does this look like? He's like, well, I said, just tell me, make it just very blunt. It's like, it looks terrible. I said, great, it's going back. So I gotta put this in just to make sure, because I get a little crazy with, but I thought it was gonna look great. Until you try things, you gotta experiment and stay true to yourself about what is going to be right. That's the time. This is really a great time that you can experiment with your beauty. You can do nothing, or you can do everything, or you can do it in between. I think the important thing is the mindset as you're aging. So much to be thankful for, so much to feel beauty about. It takes that. You got to take the time and and this is coming from me. This is me just speaking from my perspective. I think that you need to, because I struggle with this too when I look in the mirror and it's like things are changing and you see older pictures and you're thinking, oh my gosh, be grateful for your skin and just all the things that you can like really pick out and focus in on in a positive way. Like, oh my gosh, I love, I have these great cheekbones, or what, I love that I have lashes, or whatever it is for you. I love my hairstyle, or I love my color. Or if you're in between and you're saying, what, this isn't working for me, or I'm in a rut, explore what would make you happy. Different color, different cuts, maybe a new stylist. There's so many things to explore, and really recognize when you're getting stuck into that whole mindset of negativity. And that's why when you come on board with Nikol Beauty, I have like products named These Bags Are Designer. They're for your under eye bags, because I woke up and I was like going down a very deep, dark spiral about what's going on. So if I made them designer and I made it more kind of cheeky, we would have fun with it. That's what we need to do, is have fun with our beauty at this stage of the game. We shouldn't be pulling back. We should be, going full throttle, in my opinion. So wear the bold red lip. Do the mascara, do the liner, change up your technique. So many techniques over on Fierce Aging that can really help you. I have 11 minutes left. I really would like to answer some questions. If you have questions about the products that we were talking about today, or any techniques or anything like that. How's my dad doing? Thank you so much. I think he's watching tonight. He's doing well. He's recovering. We had another doctor's appointment today, and he is on the mend. Thank you very much for asking. It's very sweet of you. I need a good under eye moisturizer. You know what? We're going to do a class on skincare, because I think it's really important, because that's how your makeup looks incredible, is making sure that you are using the right products. Everybody has a different skin type, issues and concerns. We can do a basic class on things that I like. My next video on YouTube is going to be about my favorite products. I will be mentioning them there too.
Do you ever put mascara on the bottom lashes?
Yeah, tonight somebody asked if I get this a lot, why I don't put mascara on the bottom lashes, but tonight I did, and I got wild and crazy because you can see the lashes. I normally just don't do it, because I feel like it's more evening. I feel like I just don't have like a ton that I'm really, I don't know. Tonight I did though, and now we're gonna pull out that mascara on the bottom lashes now. We'll have to do it. See, I'm with you too. I have to experiment more. I have to put it on and say, you know what, this actually looks really good. Why wasn't I doing this?
Does mascara straighten the eyelashes?
Does my mascara straighten the eyelashes?
Yes. Does the mascara straighten eyelashes?
My mascara doesn't straighten your eyelashes. It's a volumizing mascara. That is why I named it Volume Up. So it's volume up. We want those lashes up. We don't want them straight. Some mascaras, as one of my last YouTube videos had demonstrated, I was trying a different colored mascara, and my lashes, like I was putting it on and they were like straight. The mascara almost made my lashes heavy. I was like, wait, what happened? So I couldn't even do it on the left eye. I was like, I will not do this. I got to put my mascara on, because you're going to see your lashes. They're going to be up, and that's what you want. You want to, get that beautiful fringe and your eyes open.
Do you ever powder your lips after the first application?
Yes, you could powder your lips after the first application and then add another when you're doing for longevity. That is something you could do. I personally don't do that. I don't feel like I need to do that with my lips. I'm always putting the base on, and then I'll do the gloss, and it just throughout the evening. You know, it depends. If you're going to be going to dinners and you're going to be eating and things like that, that would be a great way to give that longevity to your lips. You know, I see you're swatching. I can swatch these two that are right in front of me because I don't have the other two for the brow pencils. Just so you have the two that I have in front of me. We have the taupe, and then I have the brownie. So this is going to be the taupe. This is one that I use a lot on the ladies on Fierce Aging. Taupe is a really beautiful color. Brownie is going to be a little bit darker for people that, you know, have a little bit of a darker brow. I don't want super dark on my brows. So the next color lighter than the taupe would be the dark blonde, and then the darker than the brownie would be the soft gray.
Ready? Any advice as to what I can do to stop my makeup from settling in my fine lines?
The best brow color with gray hair, I think the soft gray would be nice for you because you can really give some depth with the gray hair. And, you know, black's too dark, and then brown might not be working with the gray hair. That's why I came up with the soft gray. So it's, you know, a really beautiful color. You can do it lighter or you can do it darker. I couldn't hear you on that last question.
Any advice what I can do to stop my makeup from settling into fine lines?
My best advice for makeup not settling into fine lines is to prime the skin. I think that having a primer on the skin is going to help and set you up. I use Fiercely Smooth tonight, so that's a really great face primer to use. Again, it's really setting your skin up to be able to have your makeup be set. Again, if you're using heavy moisturizers or a lot of heavy creams, or you're getting a lot of slip and slide, that could be also a factor. So a lot of women are using the same skincare products that could be too heavy. Maybe they're not changing them during the seasons or as the skin changes, or you feel like you have really dry skin, so you add in a lot of moisturizers. That could be another contributor to having makeup that's getting cakey and whatever. It's all about finding that really nice synergy between your skincare and your makeup. Oh, somebody's answering a question for me. That's wonderful. So this is the bold, making a statement, ladies. This is what I really want for you. And, you know, I'm on repeat about it because I think it's just the most important as a mature woman that you really step into your power. You know, you really do the things. And I always like to keep, you know, pushing you to experimenting more, trying new colors. But if you don't want to, that's okay. You can start off with the rose lip balm. You can start off with a mascara. You know, maybe concealing is like your hardest thing and you're like, what do I do? Start with the Just Peachy color corrector and see how it changes your makeup application. Again, you could be watching these thinking, okay, this is a great class, but I'm so overwhelmed, so many products. Again, think about what is the one thing that really bothers you. You know what? My pigmentation on my eyes. You have the eye brightener. You know what? I don't think I apply makeup very well. Well, are you using brushes? They do the work for you. I mean, you don't have to work that hard. When you have brushes that literally lay the product properly, this eyeshadow blending brush blends beautifully. Like, you don't have to do all the work. So that's another contributing factor for mature women feeling like stuck with the things that they used to be that used to work for them, and then now feeling like they have outgrown it, but don't know where to really navigate that. That's why I'm hoping that you would find some inspiration here. Like, you can find your coveted, you know, almost a capsule collection of your makeup very easily. You don't have to have everything. You don't have to feel like you have to do all the steps. I've been telling you that a lot on Fierce Aging because a lot of us are starting at different points. and we might feel like it's overwhelming or we don't know where really to start. Say you're like, you know what, Nicole, I just don't know. I've never worn foundation before, and I know you have a BB cream, and I know you have the serum foundation, but I don't think I would really wear it. You can start with a concealer, because I told you in the last class that if you spot treat, different areas, maybe you have the Just Peachy, the color corrector, and then you do a little concealer, use the foundation buffing brush, and there you go. So you can be very creative, and that's why my classes, I feel, are going to be a very big benefit for you, because you're going to learn different techniques, ways to get around, like, I don't know if I really want a foundation. That's fine, but you do want an even tone skin. That's how we're going to get it. So lots of tips, lots of advice, and meeting you where you are. And that's why I love when you ask questions and, I'm able to see them and see what comes up and, take inventory. And then the next time we meet, or maybe in not the next class because I have it scheduled, but maybe the next one, I take a lot of these questions that are coming through, or concerns or issues, and we recreate another video about that, really jumping into that. Yes, I do too. I use them too, Marge. I usually put my pencils in the top part, and then I keep my brushes in the other, so everything's like standing up and it's not laying down on my table. I have 2 minutes left. Let me see if I can. I know I feel like I'm making very strange faces to look at these little questions here on this little screen. I love that you guys talk to each other too throughout this entire, live, that you're giving each other tips and answering questions for me. It's really wonderful. I'm doing more lives every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have the 15% off when we have the live. So tonight is Bold Look. You can use that at checkout, and you can get 15% off for the next 24 hours. So that's just a little thank you for joining in here. The tan BB cream I've used on Fierce Aging, it depends on my customers or my guest skin that what I'm going to use on. Sometimes I'll add it to one of the BB creams to warm it up, more of like a bronzer. I'm glad you like the lives. Thank you. Thank you. This is really, it's so fun when something comes in the mail. I'm like, I'm going to wear it tonight. I think it's really perfect, especially with like a bold look. And we have really a beautiful kind of statement jacket, statement earrings, a statement lip. We're doing all the statements tonight, ladies. So 1 more minute left. Any other questions on anything that we did tonight? You can watch this again on the website. It is always on. We have all the lives that are pre-recorded on they go, they just go on, they live on the website. So you can always check them out. If you join late, you can always catch up, or if you're not able to join, you can always watch it on the website, which is wonderful. Again, we have the Nikol Beauty app if you want to be able to shop on the app and be able to see the shoppable videos and get more education that way. Lots of different tools. Thank you, ladies. Very nice to see all of you here and really enjoying these lives. It's very exciting for me to be able to meet you here every week, just showing different things, showing different techniques. We're going to do different things too, skincare. We're going to do some style, lots of fun things coming up. We're just really building this out now. Thank you so much for joining. 30 seconds left. I'll see you on my next live. Bye.